years, right?
Yes, he's a
Now,
wonderful boyfriend.
he was in a terrible car crash. Tell us about this.
He was in a terrible car crash, and I was working in the casino at the time, and we weren't boyfriend and girlfriend yet, but we were friends. And I heard he had been hit by the car, and I went to see him at the hospital, and I stood by his side during the whole scene, and he felt very uncomfortable because during the time that he was in the hospital, he had gained weight and had some surgery done to his eye, and he felt very, I guess, he didn't have good self-esteem.
But you were there every day for him.
Yes.
Right? That's very, very important. Jimmy, did you get insecure after the accident? I mean, did people make fun of you?
Well, Sally, basically, I'm not what I used to be, and it really bothers me sometimes.
What does that mean?
Like, I'm blind in my right eye, I gained a lot of weight, and sometimes I don't really feel as good. I'll never be what I was before. And
you know, Jimmy, you're talking to the wrong person. You really are when you say that. You are talking to the wrong person. This happened to my son. He was in a bad accident, and much worse, honest. I read what happened to you. He was much worse. But there's not only can you be what you were, but you can go on and be much, much better because you've learned awful important lessons. I mean that. So if you put on a bit of weight, then maybe it's your body compensating. And by the way, he's not fat, is he? No. Okay. Does the weight really bother you that much?
well, at times it does. But
let me get to the heart of the matter. Do you feel that she's too pretty for you?
Yes. I mean, like times like everybody's laughing, but
They're not. Do you think they're laughing at you?
not
Give you a
And tell me if you
reservation
even
and say
think
this
you
might
wanted to.
happen.
You said absolutely not. What was up with that?
I lied.
I'm sorry. Are you sorry?
No,
Do you care?
I care, but I mean, you sit there and you like dance in front of all these guys, and
But
they're like all over you.
I told you. I don't care about them. They're the bread and butter. They're money.
I hate to spoil the moment, but Chris and Kelly's downstairs neighbor Daniel is here, and he's been listening.
He is?
backstage. I want to tell you that Daniel is being a really good sport because he's here, but he can't hear. He has no idea why he's here today. Chris says she has a secret for him as well. So, Chris, this is your moment to finally reveal to Daniel what you've been secretly feeling. So, Daniel, come on out. Shh, Chris, you
Yes.
got to tell Daniel why we brought him here. He's been a very good sport about things. Daniel, let me first find out about you. Married man for how long?
Lived with her for 4 years, married for B3, August 6th.
7 years you've been with the woman?
No. Four.
Sorry?
4 total.
4 total? And got dumped?
Yeah.
And she left you, and you are raising your 2 children?
Yeah, I had to take them back from her, but she took them first.
Are you very wounded?
Very.
Very. In other words, you moved into this complex. How old are your children?
I have one that's 17 months and one that's just over 3.
And you're bringing them up yourself?
Yes.
Okay. I would think you wouldn't want to have anything to do with women at this point if it's been so hard on you.
It's scary.
Do you have any idea what she wants to talk to you about?
I'm kind of afraid I know, but
Are you? What do you think she wants to say?
I'm afraid it's a relationship deal. And
You're afraid. This is Jessica and her fiancé, John. And John and Jessica were supposed to be married this June. Now, Jessica has put the wedding plans on hold for the moment. John says, however, that he loves Jessica more than anything. And, okay, I'm willing to wait till she's ready. Listening backstage is a friend of Jessica's. Jessica, your best friend?
Yeah.
Ben. Jessica says she wanted Ben and John to be here today because she really has a secret. John and Ben have agreed to hear whatever her secret is, whatever she has to say. And before we get to that, I want to talk to Jessica and John about your relationship. As I understand, you got very serious very fast, John. Is that true?
yeah.
What happened?
Basically, when I met her, we started at my friend's house. I saw her, and I started seeing her, and she liked me, and she said that she wanted to go out with me. I didn't know at first, and then finally we started going out, and then 2 weeks later, my mom kicked me out of my house for some apparent reason. And then I started living with her and her family and paying rent, and everything just escalated, basically. We went up from there, and after that, plans on going in the military, which kind of came true, and all that.
John, how do you feel about her? Let's just cut through all of this. How do you feel?
Right now, the second?
Yeah. I can only ask you about this moment. We don't have a yesterday, and we don't have a tomorrow.
Basically, I mean, I love her more than anything in the world, and I mean, I've tried.
You told me you'd come 1,000 miles to be on a talk show to tell her you love her.
Yeah, I mean, I've tried everything to show her that I love her. I mean, there's things that she gave me.
Pam, you know you're here today because someone has a secret that they want to tell you. Do you know who the person is?
No.
Take off your blindfold and look to your left and find out. Okay, are you surprised? Are you surprised?
Yes.
Brian, this is the moment you asked for. Talk to Pam, tell her what's been going on in your mind for 3 years.
I've had this crush on you. I can't stand it. Every time I'm around you, I'm like, I'm wondering what to say to you. I'm like, you know, just feel like you're a special person. And I'm like, if you, I don't know, just let your husband come to me. I think you're a special person. You're a good person. You're pretty and you're beautiful, and I just feel like, you know, I can treat you a lot better and give you a better life. And here's your words.
Wait a minute. You guys are trying to... Who's the stage director here? For goodness sakes. Why are you crying?
Oh, I just love them both.
Okay. All right. Pam, moment of truth. What do you want to say to him? Is there any hope for you to get together in the future?
I don't know. I mean, I never thought about him that way.
Never?
No.
Now that you've heard, what do you think?
I have to think about it for a while.
How? Oh. Has he? What are you thinking? Tell me what you're thinking. Does this guy stand a chance?
Sally, for her to even consider it, knowing that she has a husband at home waiting for her, and he may be watching this, then I think he has a chance.
Let me ask you.
Yourself if you're nothing, and he is not nothing. He feels good because he can. And if she is not for him, then Sally, like you said, someday he will move on and he will restore himself and he will experience himself wholly, fully, like we're all experiencing him.
Jimmy, that accident didn't do anything to you you don't allow it to do.
But you know what happened? Right after the accident, he met his drug of choice, right? And he's been blinded by that ever since. And he has to get on his own feet and feel himself before he can feel what you're talking about.
Karen, isn't it easy to fantasize that a new person is going to give you everything the current lover can't?
Yeah, isn't that what has been happening in each of the couples?
Let's go to our couples
from?
case, because we don't have a lot of time.
Right. The fact is that first of all, we have some very young people who know what love is. I'm 42 years old, and I'm still working on it.
Right.
But if you're 18 years old and you're in love, you know, you can be blinded by the idea that everything can be worked out no matter what. But from the other side, if you're dissatisfied with what you have, if things are not going well, you can imagine that another new person who you don't know as well as your current partner can fulfill all of your needs or most of your needs or the ones that you really feel are important. And how well can we know someone after 3